Hello and welcome back to goldstocktrades.com. Today we have a new and special guest with us, Robert Carrington. Robert is CEO of Newrange Gold, that is drilling in Nevada and exploring for gold. Robert, thanks for being here with us today in Miami.
Jeb, thanks for having me.
Robert, give us a little bit about your background and history in the mining sector.
Well, I'm a native Nevada resident. My family's been in mining for hundreds of years. I graduated from the Mackey School of Mines, and I've managed a number of exploration projects in Nevada that have become mines, including the Lucerne and Billy the Kid on the Comstock, and then also what is now the Twin Creeks mine that's being operated by Newmont near Golconda, Nevada.
Robert, let's discuss the new project, Newrange Gold, the Pamlico deposit. Talk to us about acquiring this project, the history behind the project, and when you acquired it, and what makes this project so unique as an exploration target in Nevada.
Pamlico has a long and interesting history. The district's history actually starts around 1884, and Pamlico rapidly became known as one of the highest grade gold districts in the state of Nevada, producing ores assaying over 200 ounces a ton by 1886. The story of the acquisition is in part a sad story and in part a story of just being very timely on our execution. The Pamlico district has been in private ownership since 1900. The family that we acquired it from had owned the property since 1983. The patriarch of the family had decided to develop the mine on his own and had invested approximately $3 to $4 million of his private funds in exploring and developing the property, including a large 600-foot LHD decline. I'd been on the property a number of times with the owner because he was a friend of my father's, and a college classmate of mine was his principal consultant, so I was already very familiar with the property. His health suddenly failed after a problem in a hospital where he was, well, anyway, his health started failing, and the family decided they needed to sell the mine. We happened to be in the right place at the right time with sufficient funds to execute very rapidly. And because of my prior experience with the property, we were able to execute the due diligence necessary in very short order. The property as it sits today has tremendous infrastructure. It's 20 miles from the town of Hawthorne, Nevada, accessed by paved and government-maintained roads onto the property. There are about 104 drill holes on the property, along with the 600-foot-long decline that I mentioned previously.
Mm-hmm. And earlier this year, you took some samples which really got the market's attention. Talk to us a little bit about some of that early exploration work you did, the sampling work that really drove some attention to this project.
Well, ironically, after spending all that money, the previous owners had not sampled this 600-foot decline. So we went in and conducted saw cut channel sampling in the decline, where we actually take diamond saws and cut slots above and below, and then we cut out a channel, continuous channels, all the way up the decline on 5-foot intervals taken end to end. This gives us virtual drill quality data of both sides of the decline. And the results of this were spectacular, to say the least. We had individual 5-foot intervals that ran over 100 grams within much larger zones. We had one zone that was over 30 feet that averaged approximately, just over a third of an ounce, almost a half an ounce, actually. And that was within a much larger interval of approximately 200 feet that ran almost 3 grams, almost 3 grams, almost a tenth of an ounce. So very, very large mineralized zones cut by extremely high-grade structural zones. Now, these structural zones are not to be confused with veins per se. They're not quartz veins that can be very hard, high work index, and expensive to recover the gold from. The mineralized structures at Pamlico that are in the area that we're exploring are typically brecciated, just very highly brecciated and altered, but there's almost no quartz in it. We essentially have brecciated altered rock with gold disseminated throughout the structure. And these are running anywhere from typically a half an ounce up, in some cases, to almost 4 ounces a ton.
And these sampling results were, I guess, they helped you to finance the company, put cash in the bank, and now you're drilling the property. Could you talk to us about the financing and the cash position and the current drilling?
Yes, we've completed two financings this year as we are here today. We currently have $1.9 million in the treasury, and our treasury is growing rather than shrinking because of the exercise of warrants and options. And in addition to the receipts from the recent financings, our Colombian subsidiary has receivables that will generate approximately $1 million by year end. So the Colombian properties are, in fact, self-sustaining going forward. The drilling that we're doing, we completed about 19 drill holes. We completed 19 holes that total almost 5,000 feet of drilling. The samples from all that drilling are at the assay lab. All those results are pending. We expect the first analytical results out next week, and we should have a steady flow of press releases over the next several weeks.
And Nevada is recently getting a lot of attention because it's a mining-friendly jurisdiction, so a high-grade gold discovery in Nevada could be quite exciting and possibly help the sector out. Talk to us a little bit about exploring in Nevada and what a new discovery in Nevada could how that could impact the sector.
Well, certainly, Nevada is one of the world's major gold-producing regions, and a new high-grade discovery in Nevada would both help Nevada and the junior industry as a whole. Being a very pro-mining jurisdiction, Nevada is also investor-friendly, and the event of a new discovery should propel Newrange's stock prices to much higher prices. High-grade discovery like this would also attract potential investment from a number of major partners. We've actually already been approached by several companies about the Pamlico project. So we're definitely on a lot of people's radar screens right now.
Well, Robert, this Newrange Gold, which can be traded as NRG on the TSX Venture, high-grade gold exploration in the state of Nevada, cash in the bank, no debt, experienced management, decades of experience, and fathers and grandfathers of experience in Nevada. So you have the assets, the management, and you have the cash in the bank with no debt. So thank you, Robert, for being here with us today, for giving us an introduction into Newrange Gold, which can be traded as NRG on the TSX Venture. And if there are any other insights that you'd like to highlight to my shareholders before, my subscribers before we leave today?
Well, very importantly, as a backstop to the company, we're currently working with a consultant out of Denver with the objective of developing a 43-101 resource for the Uramalito gold porphyry in Colombia. Uramalito is a very large gold porphyry system that is amenable to heap leaching. Metallurgical work indicates that at a half-inch crush we get as high as 92% recovery, and the plan is to assess the current drilling. If the independent consultant agrees with my assessment that we're ready to calculate a maiden resource, then I would anticipate having a maiden resource by the end of 2017. That resource presumably would be a very large resource. and would form a very strong underpinning to the company's share price.
Well, Robert, thank you so much for being here with us today in Miami and for visiting us and taking this time out to speak to our subscribers and giving us an introduction into Newrange Gold.
Well, Jeb, thanks for having me.